So one of the most important aspects of sports marketing and marketing sport experience is the notion of selling and executing and renewing sponsorships. So the value of sponsorships is almost always in the opportunity to build relationships with customers by making them feel special. And my other quote is, unless the client is positively predisposed to the individual, the sport, the event, or the cause, the likelihood of selling a sponsorship is relatively diminished. And so both of these speak to the notion of designing experiences and designing sponsorships packages and understanding who the potential clients are that are most likely to purchase sponsorships. Today, sponsorships account for an enormous portion of sports business industry, over $46 billion in US dollars in 2018. And according to Price Waterhouse, the market is estimated to reach about $49 billion just a couple of years from now. So this is a huge part of every sports team. An example of this, of course, is the Allegiant name on the stadium at the new Raider Stadium. That was a $25 million deal. Steps for sports sponsorships. First is prospecting. The first step is to involve a great deal of research and discovery to identify potential targets for sponsorships. Once a company or property has expressed an interest, the sales team then goes in and develops a formal proposal. This proposal goes through a series of revisions, but the idea behind the proposal is to customize a proposal that we think best fits the needs of the individual company or individual organization that we have targeted. If the target company is still interested after reviewing the proposal, the two parties will commence a series of negotiations over terms of the deal. This is typically a little bit of a touchy scenario, but the whole point is that both parties need to understand that there's going to be some give and take in here, and that it's probably in the best interest of both groups if we can get this thing done. To ensure success, a sponsor team must have a good grasp of the target company's objectives. They have to know all about their customers, that is, and then they have to know what the intrinsic value of the particular proposal they have in front of them is really worth. Then, of course, if we get people to sign up and buy the sponsorship, they have to work together with that sponsor to make sure that everything runs smoothly when they execute that sponsorship. That is, the seats that we were going to get to, we got to make sure they're there. If there's parking involved, if there's other events involved, that all that stuff is taken care of. This requires that we have a sports sponsorship execution team that is truly focused on creating positive experiences for the sponsor and their guests. And then finally is the analysis and renewal. Before the deal reaches its end, the property must prepare a proposal and pitch for a renewal. Renewals are much easier to deal with than new prospects. The most important thing the sponsor will want to see is some sort of demonstration that the sponsorship was successful. Now, this can be a measurement of awareness or impressions or a number of other things. But at the end of the day, this really evolves around how happy were they with that experience, and was that experience something that they want to repeat with themselves, their employees, and perhaps their potential customers.